Hello, and welcome to another episode of Just Jim. I'm Jim Luff with Aurora Payments and our family of companies. I share educational information that helps all merchants grow their business. Aurora Payments is ranked among the top six boutique merchant services providers in America. Today, I'm going to be demystifying those pesky credit card processing fees that merchants are forced to pay. If you've ever sat down and reviewed your monthly merchant statement, it's likely left you bewildered. All merchants know that it costs money to accept credit cards. However, with terms like interchange rates, dues and assessments, gateway fees, PCI compliance fees, and the like, it can truly be confusing to understand. And to fully demystify the fee schedule could take an entire week. So let's break those fees down into a basic level so that you know how processing fees are calculated and what exactly you're paying for. I'll even tell you how to get rid of those fees forever. If you're like most merchants, you want to know, what is everyone else paying? Merchants always wonder if they're getting a good deal from their processor. In fact, you've likely been called by another processor who wants to lure you away from your current processor with a promise of great savings. I'm here to tell you, all processors pay the exact same wholesale rate based on the type of card presented for payment and the method in which the payment was received and the type of business that you operate. If you use Square for processing your credit cards, every single transaction keyed into a virtual terminal will cost you 3.5% of the transaction amount plus a 15% transaction fee. That same transaction could cost less than half of that amount with the right merchant services provider. But to answer the question, on average, most merchants paid fees between 1.4% to 4.35% in 2022, according to a report published by SoFi Bank. So, who gets all those fees? Well, contrary to what most merchants think, your credit card processor is not getting rich from all those fees. In fact, your processor gets the smallest piece of the pie while collecting fees for others. The bank and card network assess fees based on a fee schedule called the interchange rate. The bulk of interchange fees go to the bank that issued your customer's credit card, and a smaller amount goes to the respective card brands such as Visa or MasterCard. Those rewards and cashback bonuses must be paid by someone, and that someone is merchants. Interchange fees are non negotiable and based on many factors, such as the type of card presented and your particular industry. And there are a few factors that go into calculating how much the merchant is charged. Now, the first factor is the type of transaction. Whether the card is present, the card is not present, an online payment, or contactless payments all have a role in determining the interchange rate fee that you'll be charged for that transaction. The type of card used for payment is another factor. The fees for a MasterCard Core card are significantly less than a MasterCard World Elite card, which provides the maximum benefits for the cardholder. Visa has a similar rate schedule based upon Classic, Gold, Infinite, and Infinite Privilege cards. As an example, Visa's lowest interchange rate is 0.8% with a maximum of 2.45%. Now, consider these numbers to be wholesale rates. It is the same for all processors, and all processors mark these rates up, much like you would mark up items in your retail store based on your wholesale cost. Your industry also plays a role in the rates you pay. Because some businesses are riskier than others for fraud and chargebacks, the interchange fee schedule may be higher for a $100 transaction in a restaurant than it is for a $100 in store purchase in a retail store. Each industry has its own fee schedule based upon your merchant category code. That's also known as your MCC. And next comes assessment fees. These small fees are assessed by the card brands and vary from 0.08% to 0.09% of the transaction and are usually a monthly fee based on your total sales volume. Now, if you have a line item for terminal fees, these are the fees that you pay monthly for rental or lease on the terminals that your customers use to complete the sale. If you conduct online sales, you'll be charged a gateway fee. Payment gateway fees are charged as a monthly or per item fee and connect your online store or website to your merchant account. The most dreaded of all fees are PCI fees. They are often misunderstood. PCI fees go directly to the PCI Security Standards Council. Now, this is a global forum that brings together payment industry stakeholders to develop security standards for safe payments worldwide. These fees help ensure the security and fraud prevention of credit card networks and can be assessed either monthly or annually. The fee is collected by your credit card processor on behalf of the PCI Security Standards Council. And finally, we move on to incidental fees. These fees are assessed when something happens on your end. A few examples of this might be a non sufficient funds fee. If you don't have enough money to cover your monthly fees in your account, you might encounter a chargeback. You can also be fined on a monthly basis if your business is not PCI compliant, and that fee might show up as an incidental fee. Now, I'm sure after you've heard how many different fees are assessed that you wish that you could just eliminate them forever. And you can. There have been several rule changes in the past few years that allow merchants to pass on the cost of accepting credit card payments to the consumers paying by credit card. Some people call these zero cost processing programs, while others call them cash discounting. However, you look at it, it uses technology that customers are offered a choice of paying a lower cash price or continuing with a credit card transaction that can add charges of up to 2.4% of the total bill. Are you interested in learning more about eliminating fees? Send me an email at hello@risewithaurora.com, or you can call me at 833-287-6722. That's 833-287-6722. You'll be saving money in no time. Thanks for joining us, and remember to click our subscribe button to learn more about merchant services, and be kind and share this with a fellow merchant. I'll see you next time on another episode of Just Jim. Thanks for joining me.